Hey there everyone, it's Barry's Best Honey. I'm Mike, and I have not been doing bees. Welcome back to Southeast Louisiana. Yep, that's right folks, I haven't been doing bees at all. Shoot, I haven't even been doing videos. As far as bees go, I do nothing with them this time of year. I do have to treat them, but we're not there yet, and we will be soon. But for the most part, all I'm doing out today is I'm stopping through my colonies in town, and I haven't been out here in 3 weeks, maybe 4. But anyway, haven't been out here in a long time as far as, you know, checking on them or anything. Everybody was fine last time I was out here. Everybody was heavy. So all I do today is go out and check stores, and I do that by lifting up my colonies. Hey, just to insert this real quick, just because I haven't been on in a while and there could be some new viewers out there, and if you're a new viewer, I want you to understand when I do my videos, this isn't me showing you how to go check your colonies in the wintertime, how to manage your colonies in the wintertime, or what you're supposed to do in the wintertime, or what you're supposed to do with bees. It's not a how-to video, guys. It's a how I do video. It's how Mike does it here in the winter, and how I check stores at this time of the year with my bees. So it's December 6th, and here in Southeast Louisiana, it is 81 degrees. So here's how our weather has been. Our weather has been very warm, I'll say. We had 2 weeks of every morning getting in the low 40s. Now I'm talking Fahrenheit, folks, and all my stuff, as you know, but we were in the low 40s to upper 30s for 2 weeks straight every morning, and we get into the 50s and mid 60s every day, and it was beautiful for 2 weeks. I think somewhere in and around there we did have one freeze where we got down to like 30, and we had a couple frosts. That's it. After that 2 weeks of beautiful, beautiful weather, we warmed right back up, and it's been warm every day. What does that do to the bees who are done putting in winter bees and are, you know, basically hanging out? Well, these bees here in the south, they're still making brood for the most part. Not near as much and not near as heavily, obviously, as the spring and summer when there's tons coming in, but they're still brooding those colonies. So the freeze should have slowed them down a lot, and any brood that was not around, say a small cluster that couldn't keep certain brood warm, of course that brood would chill. But they've probably picked back up brood rearing right now. Again, not huge, nothing major, but it's going to be brood rearing. So that kind of hurts me when it comes to oxalic acid. I really want to do oxalic acid here the next week. I was hoping we'd at least get a freeze or two, slow them back down, be back in the 50s and 60s, and nail them with some oxalic acid. It turns out we are going to have a whole warm month, at least for the next 2 weeks. So we're gonna get 2 doses of oxalic acid, probably starting this Saturday, and of course I'll do a video on that because we're not doing much else. Besides that, another thing we've got going on with this warmth is it's very important for me to be checking stores. What I don't want to happen is these bees are out looking now for pollen and nectar, and they're burning energy to do that. They're burning resources. They're going through their resources. When they're clustered up, that's where they burn resources, but not like they do when they're flying and not bringing ample enough back in. But one situation we have going for us is that we only had that one freeze and a couple of frosts, so there are still, I'm seeing some butterweed and some things growing in the ditches. There are some pollens coming in here and there. You won't necessarily see it blooming anywhere, but they do have something here and there coming in to, you know, to some extent, but nothing that would sustain them if all of a sudden, you know, they had nothing else in the colony and that's all they were bringing in. So they will be burning through some of the stores. So that's why it's very important for me in December, you know, every couple weeks go through and just see if they're still heavy. The larger colonies can burn through a lot fast and can't replace it fast enough. So that's all I'm doing today. Of course, this is December, so we're almost to hive life. I have been getting questions about hive life from several people via comments, texts, and messages asking if I'm going to hive life, because I really haven't talked about it much. But yes, I am going to hive life. I do have my ticket. The plan is to be at hive life. something else I'll do, folks. When I see a colony like this and it's just not got a lot of action on it, it's got action. I'm seeing pollen coming into it. It's heavy. Another thing I'll do is I will put my ear against it and just listen to how loud are they. You know, if I hear a good, you know, rumble in there. And this colony has a really, really good rumble going on. So there's plenty of bees in it. It's just they're not flying right now. There's not a lot to bring in. And personally, I just think they don't send out a huge workforce when they know there's not a lot to bring in. So that's my take. I don't know if that's true, but that's just what I feel like I've observed. So I think they're fine. We're gonna get them some oxalic acid on them all another week, and we'll carry them on through spring. All right, folks, that's it. That's all I wanted to do was come out here and check my colonies. Hadn't been out to them, like I said, for 3 or 4 weeks. I think you should have seen a little bit of orange pollen coming in. Don't know what that's from. There's still some stuff out there, so they are finding resources. All the colonies are alive. We have 8 out here, 8 are flying. Some aren't as busy as others. Could be because the sun's going down. Could be because they're just smaller colonies going into winter. I don't have booming colonies going into winter. Plus, this time of year, they just, even when it's warm, they just don't get out. And, you know, it's not like when they're working some heavy nectar or a lot of pollen where they're just blowing and going. I've noticed when there's not a lot out and there's a dearth going on, you don't have a ton of activity this time of year. But it also could be because I got some small colonies. But nonetheless, everybody's still alive. Everybody is very heavy. We're doing okay. That's a good sign. So what we'll be doing next in the next video, because look, I have not been doing anything. I just took a break. I backed down, took a break, put that old video out, a couple old snippets, and just took a break for a while, just to relax. Went off for the weekends here and there. You know, been working around the house. So, but we're getting ready to get busy again with oxalic acid. Gonna do 2 treatments of that, and got some tasks to do as far as putting woodenware together and getting stuff ready for spring. Because look, 2.5 months I'll be opening hives and looking at bees and seeing who's going to need to be split. So it's right around the corner. So got to get back busy again, getting stuff done. As soon as I get back from hive life, got to get a bunch of stuff put together, got to get stuff ready for splits and nukes and all that good stuff for queens. So alrighty guys, well, hope you enjoyed this snippet of what I'm doing, and I'll be doing the same thing at home probably tomorrow after work, making sure everybody's flying, everybody's heavy, and everybody's good. Hope you enjoyed this little walk through the yard with me. I sure appreciate you coming along. I appreciate all y'all's support. Hope everybody's having a great winter, or really a fall going into winter. Hope your bees are doing good, and hope your families are doing well. It's Barry's Best Honey. I'm Mike, and I did bees, if you could really call it that, today. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the week, and may God bless you. We'll see y'all later.